Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today I've got here with me the latest NAS from Terramaster. This is the F2-423. There's also available a model with 4 bays, F4-423. Now, this has one thing that really got my attention, and it's great. I believe that will call your attention as well. Although it has a few more interesting features that I want to share all of them with you. First of all, let's mention something which is obvious, and it has been with Terramaster since they have started, and I've reviewed almost every unit that they have produced. Build quality is still the same. It's awesome. Brushed aluminium, and the only thing that we will find is plastic on one end and on the other end. This might be a pro or a con. A pro because you will have a machine that will last forever unless you use a hammer. A con, if you want to do some upgrades, you will need to remove the back cover, the front cover, and the inside so that we can upgrade. But it's really easy. Now, talking about upgrades, it comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM. But I did upgrade to 32 gigabytes, which is the maximum. I did use S3 Plus RAM lifetime warranty, and it's really easy. It has 2 slots, so I did put 16 gigs on one and 16 gigs on the other. Now, the thing that did excite me more is that now it has SSD cache through M.2 SSD. In the past, it was possible to do SSD cache, but sacrifice a mechanical hard drive to put in a 2.5-inch SSD. At this moment, that's over. We can keep the mechanical hard drives here, and we will be able to put in SSDs M.2. Now, I'm using a overkill, actually 2 overkills. I'm using Sabrent's Rocket 4 Plus, which are the fastest SSDs as we have seen, 7,000 megabytes per second reads and writes. And I would suggest in this particular case to go for a Sabrent's SSDs, but slower ones, because you don't need more than 600 megabytes per second reads and on writes. But to test out, I wanted to use the best on the market. In terms of mechanical hard drives, I'm using Toshiba N300, 4 terabytes each, which is a great solution for NAS units. If you are on the market for mechanical hard drives, you are aware that for NAS, we should not use any hard drive, not any desktop hard drive. Dedicated NAS hard drives with a dedicated firmware so that they can handle any error and don't miss any data. And the Toshiba N300 do exactly that. So I'll try to leave a link down below as well. Basically, this is it in terms of configuration. Then we just need to plug it in and put it to work. In the back, we will find 2 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, which we can combine on link aggregation and have a 5 gigabit connection. So we will have a maximum of roughly 500 megabytes per second reads and writes, which is awesome. And we also have 2 USB 3.0, which we can use to backup to or backup from external hard drives, for example. And you also have an HDMI output, but this HDMI output is more for monitoring the operating system than anything else. In terms of hardware, it comes also with a new Intel CPU on the Jasper Lake generation, which is faster than the last generation, more or less 30 to 40%, which is great. For those that are looking for machines to put on Home Assistant, this is one of the best solutions out there. If you are on the market for a NAS, be aware that if you want to use virtual machines at this moment still, I do suggest going for Intel CPUs with a high performance like this one right over here, instead of going to ARM, which I do love those CPUs, but for this particular case, this is the best solution. And with the option to go to 32 gigs of RAM, this will be a really nice addition to your smart home integration that we can do a lot with it. Operating system wise, it comes with the TOS 4, which we have seen in the past. We have done a video about it, and if I don't forget, I will leave a link right over here. If not, you just need to search the channel. You will have a full video with all the capabilities that we can do, backups, and which is the more important thing, at least in my opinion, backups from here to an external hard drive, for example, or from here to another NAS that we have on a remote location, and besides that, security and whatnot. It also has one thing that it's really interesting, which is the option to use the SSDs as cache so that we can write faster to the SSD, and then when we are not using the NAS itself is smart enough to pass the data from the SSD to the mechanical hard drive, and this is just great. I also tried one thing, which was, I was curious to know if I don't want to use SSD as cache, can I use the SSD as a normal drive to put in more data? So I have two mechanical hard drives and another two SSDs to put in data. And yes, I can. I did try it out. We can use it as single disk, or we can make a RAID array as well, RAID 1 or something like that. So it is totally possible, which is great news as well. I did upgrade to TOS 5 and it was really easy. It's a manual installation, but easy to use. You need to follow the instructions, and in no time I had TOS 5. Now the experience is great. It looks a lot lighter, it's faster, responsiveness. It has a lot of updates. So Terramaster is doing this great job of keeping all their devices updated with bugs that they find and bugs that they receive from the community. There are several options on the market, some of them really simple, and honestly, I would not go below this right over here, because in a 6-month, 8-month period, we will learn, we will want more from a NAS unit, and this one right over here will grow with you and will let you, for example, use a lot of applications like the VirtualBox that we use for Home Assistant and whatnot, but they have an app store that is growing and growing, so that is great. And in 6 months, if you need to install another app, you will be able to do. You will have the hardware capable to handle those tasks. So this is my suggestion. Now, this is a really nice option on the market. Really happy to see Terramaster doing the M.2 NVMe right over here, and I'm really enjoying to use the TOS 5, which is great as well. That being said, hope that you enjoyed too. Be aware that there is a new big boy in town, the F2-423 or the F4-423. I will leave links down below so that you guys can check out all the specifications and prices and whatnot. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave that thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.